just to show you where we have gotten to with our lining is here's our lining with our opening in the bottom edge, okay? That's going to become important as we stitch this on to the main body of the bag, which is your next step. Getting so close to having a tote bag here, guys. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to put the right sides of your lining to the right sides of your bag. And what I'm going to do, I've got my lining turned inside out, and I've got my bag turned right side out, and I'm just going to slide my bag part down into my lining part. And I'm going to do my best to stay in the frame better this time. I apologize. And I move around so much while I'm filming that I just can't set up sort of lines on the floor and that sort of thing for myself. Okay, so now my lining is on the outside. My main part is on the inside. This is very important also. I'm kind of glad that happened. It's very important that these straps be sort of down inside in between everything, okay, on your bag. Okay, so now what you can do is line up your corners and then pin along this top edge. Okay, what I'm gonna do is, because seam allowances normally, as you saw in doing the plain stitch, normally we stitch and we then press our seam allowances open. Do things a little different when you're doing something like a tote bag. So I'm going to make the decision to push all of my seam allowances toward the inside of the gusset part, if that makes sense. Okay, so these seam allowances are getting pushed that way, these are getting pushed that way, these are pushed that way, and these are pushed that way. I'm going to pin them in place so they don't go anywhere. Okay, and then I'm going to come over and I'm going to do these corners also. Just going to do the main pinning right now, then I'll come back and I'll do some pinning in between things, maybe. Or maybe I'll just stitch it like this. We'll see what I feel like when I get to the sewing machine. And I got a little sloppy. I'm pinning the wrong direction, but that's okay. I'll go back and change them before I put it through the machine so that I won't feel awkward. Okay, so it's pinned all the way around on the top edge. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my machine and I'm going to stitch it all the way around the top edge. And then I'll come back.